Okay, so now let's break down the solo. This is such a great classic solo because it combines so effectively G major pentatonic, G minor pentatonic, G blues. Great bluesy feel using everything available for a blues player in a rock context. So anyway, the first lick goes like this. So the solo is going to start off in third position. We'll bend up a whole step from the 5th fret of the G string, then grab 3 on the high E string. Followed by 3 to 6 on the B string. Pre-bend of a whole step from the 5th fret of the G string, then release that bend. 3 on the G. Now we'll play 5D, 5A, and you can let those two notes ring together. So here's what we've done so far. Now 5 to 3 on the D string, 5, 3 to 1 on the A string, down to 3 on the low E, 3 on the G string, we can try and get a pinched harmonic there, 5 on the D string, strike 5 on the D once again, and then 3 on the G string with just a slight bend. Just gives it kind of a bluesy feel when we bend upwards ever so slightly, between a quarter step and a half step. Adds a little inflection to the note. Okay, so that's the first phrase. Once again, here's what we've just done. Now we'll slide 5 to 7 on the G, followed by 2 hits on the 6th fret of the B string. Same idea up a whole step now. We'll slide 7 to 9 on the G, play 8 on the B 2 times. Now strike 9G, 8B. So far we've done this. Now we're going to bend up a whole step from the 10th fret of the B string, grab 10 on the high E, and then without releasing the B string, we'll strike it again and then release that bend. Back to the 8th fret of the B string, and the final piece of this phrase. Great blues lick. If you have to steal one lick, this would be the one to steal. We're starting off with the root note G found on the 8th fret of the B string. Bend up a whole step from 11 on the B. We're not going to release that bend, only upwards. Now a whole step bend from the 10th fret of the B string. Once again, we're just going to bend upwards, so we've just done this. Now 8 on the B, 9G, back to 8B. So here's that lick that I recommend you steal. Okay, so let's pick it up at the beginning of this phrase. Here's what we've just gone over. Here's the next piece of the solo. Okay, so this phrase starts off by playing the same phrase that started the solo, but we're going to play it one octave higher. So we're in 15th position. We'll bend up a whole step from 18 on the B, grab 15 on the high E, and then play 15, 18 on the B string. Now a pre-bend of a whole step from 17 on the G string, and then we'll release that bend, striking 15 on the G string. 17 on the D, followed by a double stop idea, 17 on the G string, 17 on the B string, same 2 strings on the 15th fret. So here's what we've just done now. Now we're going to bend a whole step from the 17th fret of the G string and then grab 18 on the B string. Repeat those 2 notes. Now strike 17 on the G and release that bend, followed by 15 G, 17 D, double stops, 17 on the G and the B strings, 15 on the same 2 strings, 17 on the D string, back to the double stops, 15th fret G string, 15th fret B string. So here's the phrase that we've just gone over. Okay, now here's the final piece of the solo. More great bluesy ideas. We'll start off on the 15th fret of the B string. Now we're going to bend up a whole step from the 18th fret of the high E string, but release a half step. Kind of tricky there. Now we're going to do a pre-bend of a whole step from the 17th fret of the high E string, release the bend, pull off to the 15th fret. 17 E, 17 B, 15 high E, bend up a whole step from 18 on the B string, grab 15 on the high E, 15, 18 B, now a pre-bend of a whole step from 17 on the G, release that bend, followed by 15 G, slide 17, 19 on the G, and the final piece, slide into the 17th fret of the B string, followed by 15 on the high E, once again 17 B, 15 high E, and to end the solo, 17th fret of the high E string, we'll do a pre-bend of a whole step and then release that bend, followed by the root note G, 15th fret of the B string. Okay, so here's the final section once again. So there are all of the notes for the solo. Now I'm going to go ahead and perform it at the medium tempo and then at the slower tempo. So here it is at the medium tempo.